specking as well. It's offering some value. Ain't Seen Nothing is Drifter on track and unders the tote. Reactive is near enough. What else have we got here, Elf? Royal Sash. Little bit of support coming here for Shannon Hope's runner back into mare's class, near enough the tote. Ice Maiden, good value the tote. Further, near enough. Homecoming Queen down the bottom, near enough also, and that about is the tail. Couple of horses having a little bit of support here. One of those traditional mares races here, Joe. Good race, the Cochrane.
It sure is, and yeah, Reactive sitting on the top line of betting there at $5.90, and these mares are starting to move in. Doomben ratings for the 7th, Speedy Gonzales ahead of Impregnable, King Shalford and Moonar Brook. Moonar Brook's at around $6.10 with Kid Millions at $3, $6.50 King Shalford, also around $6 Speedy Gonzales, and Potestas at $8.60 for the Velvet Cigar Handicap next in Brisbane. Now let's join Greg Miles at Caulfield for the Cochrane Stakes.
Most open affair it is, Joe. A couple of the better tried runners in the race. Money coming now for number 2, Brief Embrace. She's going to press for favouritism on track. And Brief Embrace, just repeating that, will be pressing for favouritism when they jump. She's coming in for good late support. Reactive and Royal Sash, both been tried. They share top billing on track at the moment. It's a good betting race, terrific betting race. Reactive now firming. She's favourite again, ahead of Royal Sash. Brief Embrace, the 3rd elect in the race. And then out to 14, Homecoming Queen. A lot of other hopes in it. 5-2-5 in the quaddie so far. About a half a dozen or so to move in. Super Elegant taking out the Liston Stakes this afternoon. A couple of those finishing behind him. Hellenist, they're a little bit disappointed with the run, even though the report was that he didn't handle the ground all that well. He's on to the Craigley Stakes. So is Sound Action. And she's heading off to the Caulfield Cup as her main mission after a very fine run today. Most of the 3-year-olds will be meeting again. The Ascot Vale, a major goal to those that performed well. Now they're just about ready. Over on the outside, Galapagos Girl coming up to complete the line, so they're all in. Set for the Cochrane. They're ready, light flashing, they're all clear. Racing, Furler jumped fast with Galapagos Girl. Brief Embrace jumped okay over near the outside, and Lucky Punch was away swiftly. Special Grange is showing some pace today as they settle into stride, and Ain't Seen Nothing just off them with Reactive pushing through fast along the rails. When they settled, Furler went to the lead over on the outside, but chasing her now is Lucky Punch along the inside with Special Grange up there 3rd on the fence, and Reactive is holding the rail. Galapagos Girl just off them wide. They're followed by Tarcoola Diamond, Ain't Seen Nothing, trailed further back by Nadima, Brief Embrace deeper. Then Royal Sash, one to Ennis Kerry, followed by Homecoming Queen, Ice Maiden, Brief Stay and Thurman last. Up to the turn, a new roll for Special Grange, had the lead narrowly from Reactive with the coveted rails on the outside of these horses, turning Furler with also a Lucky Punch, Galapagos Girl, Brief Stay about 8 wide when they corner. Tarcoola Diamond looking for a run behind them, and further back is Royal Sash down the outside at the 200 metres now. Here comes Brief Stay, she's bolted up on the outside with Tarcoola Diamond. Royal Sash wider out, Brief Stay in front with about 50 to go from Royal Sash and Tarcoola Diamond. Brief Stay gets the money, she loves Caulfield. Brief Stay beat Royal Sash. Ain't Seen Nothing might have grabbed 3rd from Tarcoola Diamond and Reactive, who battled away on the inside. Next to finish was Nadima. Brief Embrace taking the race out brilliantly on the line though. Next Galapagos Girl, Ennis Kerry, Furler, and back behind those to finish in the race then was Ice Maiden towards the end of the field, in company with towards the end of the race Special Grange and Homecoming Queen, and Thurman was last of all. Brief Embrace for Patrick Payne, taking a beauty. Brief Embrace, Patrick Payne, taking the race out a little over a length to Royal Sash. And Ain't Seen Nothing might grab the 3rd, a photo finish there. Brief Embrace taking the race out. Patrick Payne, did I call the other Brief, did I? Brief Stay. Apologies for that. Brief Embrace. May have called the wrong brief over the closing stages there. I apologise for that. It is naturally Brief Embrace Patrick Payne that has won the Cochrane, beating Royal Sash. Ain't Seen Nothing grabbing third, 2, 9 and 4. Tarkilda Diamond running fourth and fifth Reactive. 2.94 in 1:23.73. 2.94 in the seventh.
Okay, Brief Embrace. They're winning the Cochrane Stakes this afternoon, and some eye-catching performances. Ain't Seen Nothing finishing in third position will no doubt please trainer Barbara Joseph, who has some Caulfield Cup plans in mind. So much to look forward to in there this spring after what we've seen around Australia today. It's raining in Sydney and the track is rated slow at Randwick for the remainder of the program, races 8 and 9. Grand Army is the favourite for the next, unbeaten in the slow going. He's at $1.90, easing slightly with the support continuing for Sportsman, $5.30, and Periscope has been back to into $9.80. Then we've got Brits Best and the rest at double figure odds. We're about a minute away from start time. This has been identified as a value bet race, and there is plenty of expectation in Grand Army this afternoon. With a top weight of 61 kilos, he is expected to be very hard to beat. He is drifting on the tote. Can the same be said on course, Ian?
And Joe's with us now. Joe, to answer your question about Grand Army, Joe just posed the question, drifting on the tote, out to $2. But no, Joe, it's coming in the ring. They bet about a half point better than the tote, and it's come in now to be only marginally better than the tote. That's about the best I can do for you in that regard. So, yeah, plenty of late support in the ring for Grand Army. And he looks very well. Drawn in gate number 9. He comes in 1 with the scratching of Proprietor. And first start since winning the Doncaster. Second pick, Sportsman, $5.20 and $1.70. Repeating $2 and $1.60 Grand Army in New South Wales, and Sportsman very solid in on-course operations and a little shorter than the Tab limited quote. Other horse under the doubles in the ring is Periscope number 7 and ditto on the tote. Now they're about to walk in 1,200 metres, very hazy conditions now, just light rain still falling. Oops, dropped my glasses. And the previous race here was won by Lonhro, beat Clangalang, Defier and Republic Lass. Now let's have a look at the starting pointer here. Brits Best circling around behind the stalls. So to Sportsman. And Fleecing's gone round front. For those of you that may have missed some of the earlier races today, just checking the winners. Lonhro, of course, the previous. Gee, that'll be a good form race, I think, the Warwick Stakes. Republic Lass raced well, so did Half Hennessy. Wangan Pines ran a terrific race. Outside, of course, the runners up Clangalang and Defier, second and third anyway. Lonhro returned with a win. Regimental Gal, terrific effort to win race 6. Arabia scored an overdue win in race number 5. The fourth went to Exceed and Excel, the third to Spading, the second Ariante, and the first went to Daneborough. Strasbourg, those watching on telly on screen now, looks as though he's got a very nice future ahead of him. Now, I don't know what's happening over here at the starting point. Let's have a close look at the screen and see what's... there is... Athelnoth is riderless, and yes, there's a little bit of a gear adjustment, but I see the starter is starting to issue out orders to the respective jockeys to bring their charges forward. And in the Tab Till in New South Wales at the moment in the win, 712,838. Almost 280 in the place pool. Trifecta's very healthy, 215,000 almost. And Athelnoth's gear adjustment just about rectified. They're starting to make a reasonably good fist of it now. County. Look to be right. Red light showing. Starter climbs the ladder. There They're racing. And the Grand Army jumped out swiftly, so did Sportsman. Fleecing showing a good turn of foot. Athelnoth improving as he eases back on Grand Army. Periscope and Brits Best showing speed, followed closely by Presently. Grand Army worse than midfield now from Stella Regale, and then Night Raider, followed by Cayessa, Strasbourg and County Tyrone, and a bunch field is last past the 800, and it's Athelnoth the leader, a half Sportsman. Fleecing making a line of 3 almost. A length further back in the races, Cayessa rushing around them, followed by Periscope, and then Brits Best on the fences. Presently Grand Army 6 and 7 wide from Night Raider, Stella Regale, and then County Tyrone, and Strasbourg is last as they wheel for home at the 450, and Athelnoth just in front. Brits Best, Sportsman, followed by Periscope. Presently over near the inside, Night Raider, and Grand Army's back 5th last as they come to the 250, and Brits Best and Sportsman have raced clear of Athelnoth. Sportsman with the head in front. Grand Army is struggling on the outside, Night Raider and Cayessa, but Sportsman booted away, about 50 to go. Brits Best second, and then Grand Army, but this is a big win. Sportsman beat Brits Best, Grand Army and Cayessa. Night Raider, Athelnoth, and then Periscope, followed by County Tyrone passing a few. Strasbourg Presently, Fleecing, and near enough to last Stella Regale. 460, 170, 260 and 150 for 531. He raced like a... I know he covered a lot of ground, Grand Army, but he raced like a horse that's needing much, much further. He just didn't zip today, as most of us thought he may. Well, Sportsman, he was the second pick, and he's been too good here. Number 5, Sportsman, written by Zach Purton for Greg Hickman, and by Supremo from Professional, has clocked up 111.86. 5, 3, 1 and 10 are the official placings. 5, 3, 1 and 10. Number 5, Sportsman, written by Zach Purton first. Brits Best, great run second. Always handy by Dane Hill, trained by Maxie Lees, Alan Robinson. Number 1, Grand Army, third by Hennessy, Gay Waterhouse, Jim Cassidy. And 10 was the fourth, and that was Cayessa, written by James Innes. 1 length, a length and a quarter. The time was 111.86, 35.48. And the totes read 460, 170, 260 and 150, 27.70 Quinella, 46.60 Exacta, 119.50 Trifecta, $1,950.90 first 4, daily double 9.70, spinner on the odds $1.50. So Sportsman proving a little too good in race 8 here as Zach Purton, and nice to see Zach winning a race at a prestigious Sydney meeting, coming back after a strong win in the show County Quality.
Starting to head out onto the track, Alf.
Yes, indeed, Joe. It's very ordinary. And I'm glad we didn't go through mounting enclosure, because it's that dark we can't even see him. Number 10 in Costa Legend I've put on top. Just thought he was game in defeat last start at Flemington over the 1800, where he was pressured up front. I just thought he might be able to lead. If not, he's going to be very close to them. Also, number 2, the Big Ask. He will be one that will get back a little bit in this type of race. However, if the speed's okay up front, he'll get his opportunity to run on. Conditions do suit him. He likes the slow ground. 3, Liquid Lunch, drawn well. I hope Nick Ryan is a little...
All clear, they're away and racing, and not a bad start. The Big Ask, written from the tail early, and Karaka Angus and Costa Legend Thunderha, the first 3 to show out from Liquid Lunch, right behind them, 4th on the inside. Chiming Door improving around the outside of Jimmy the Bear, and then a length and a half to .com. Marwin Lass on the outside improving, and then Rain Gauge Kahunga. About 2 or 3 Tully Zeal being trailed further back by Beresney, and then Glefty on the inside from Our Guided Missile. And the Big Ask is last of all at the 1400. Thunderha had the lead. There's a bit of pressure up there. Moving around the outside as Kahunga gets into second placing now, striding up the hill, and pours the pressure onto the leader now, and they get away about 3 lengths in Costa Legend. On the inside, Karaka Angus is 4th, being followed by Chiming Door, enjoying a beautiful run. 2 lengths away, Jimmy the Bear. Liquid Lunch on the rails, a length and a half to Marwin Alas. They're trailed 2 lengths away, .com, Rain Gauge, 3 Tully Zeal. Glefty a good way back over on the inside as they head to the 1,000-metre mark, being followed further back in the field by Beresney, and then Our Guided Missile, and back last is the Big Ask. Up the side they come now, and Kahunga's taken over the running at the 800 metres, led by a length to Thunderha. 3 or 4 lengths away then in Costa Legend, working home, followed by Karaka Angus, Chiming Door, 2 to Jimmy the Bear. Next is Marwena Lass, Liquid Lunch. Rain Gauge is starting a long run, followed then by .com Under Pressure, not responding at the 600. Tully's Eel about to go around it, and then the Big Ask, our guided missile, Berezny, struggling second last towards the turn, and Glefty dropped out at the bend now, and here comes in Costa Legend around the outside to tackle these leaders. Thunderheart with the rail, Kahunga in the centre, and then Karaka Angus, Jimmy the Bear, Rain Gauge wide out, working home, and Marwena Lass is weaving a passage through. Thunderheart in front, and Costa Legend claims it. Karaka Angus in the centre joins in. Rain Gauge and the Big Ask right down the outside now. It's Karaka Angus hitting the front 100 out. On the outside, the Big Ask is after it now. The Big Ask, Karaka Angus. The Big Ask is going home strongly, grabs the lead. The Big Ask gives Childs 3 for the day. Beat Karaka Angus. Rain Gauge third, then Thunderheart, Marwena Lass in Costa Legend to break Tully's Eel, followed by Chiming Door, Berezny, then Jimmy the Bear, Liquid Lunch. Further back to finish is .com, our guided missile, Kahunga, and a long last in the race is Glefty. The Big Ask takes out the last on the program. Number two, the Big Ask, written by Greg Childs for Michael Moroney. Right at the jump from the outside barrier, he went back to last, and he's come right around the field with a searching run to make it 2 wins in a row, and a winning treble for Greg Childs, who took out the Vane on protest on Happy Strike. He led all in the list and on Super Elegant, and he's come from last on the Big Ask, so he's won them in 3 starkly different manners. The Big Ask first, second placing to number 7, Karaka Angus, Andrew Findlay, and third, number 1, Rain Gauge, ridden by Rowan Weymouth. 2, 7 and 1. Fourth home, number 15, Thunderheart, and fifth was number 8, Marwena Lass. And even the staying race, the last on the program, producing a thrilling finish with many hopes, with about 300 to go, but Charlesy timing his run well, coming from last. A day where the rain came midway through, and it did change proceedings completely, and the track turned around in the last 2 races from favouring the on-pace leaders on the fence to the swoopers out wide. Difficult task, this punting game, isn't it? Hope you managed to finish on the right side of the ledger. It's been a good afternoon of racing. Lot to chew over in the ensuing days, looking at the replays, etc. So make sure you stay tuned to Retro tomorrow. They'll really dissect things well there. 271, last event of the day. We'll send weight down the line. See you during the week.
Good, Greg. Look forward to catching up with you.
It was enormous. He showed a lot of promise, this fella. And Barbara, who's obviously had a lot of problems, he his stand. He does so now. I'll soon be off. Racing in the last, and Peak Gem tossed the head in the air when the gates opened, missed it a length, and Freestyler flew out. Going out after him as I'm on a high. Dane Hill Country third after class, back into fourth posse, followed by Colblamo Flash Phantom, and then Barbara over on the inside from Casino Night, 2 lengths to Peak Gem, and then Navy beat Captain Test and Last Ceto Star. They come along to the 850, and here I'm on a high as the leader, narrowly from Dane Hill Country, the rails. Freestyler tucks in 2 away, third, a length further back is Colblamo after class. Off the track is Flash Phantom, and then Barbara close enough to the rails. 2 lengths Casino Night, a length Peak Gem around. Navy beat Captain Test and Ceto Star. They work their way inside the 600. I'm on a high, narrowly Dane Hill Country. 1 Freestyler after class, Colblamo late looking for the run through, and on the extreme outside next is Flash Phantom, in fact, as they come around the corner, and then Casino Night straightening up, and here it's going to be Dane Hill Country, headed clearly by Freestyler. Flash Phantom's made ground after class. Peak Gem after a slow start. Barbara getting through, and Casino Night is starting to warm up. Flash Phantom hits the front. On the inside, Barbara starting to come out after Flash Phantom. Flash Phantom holding Barbara, getting close to home, and Flash Phantom has beaten Barbara at after class. Casino Night wide out with Colblamo closer in, and then Peak Gem. Freestyler weakened over the last 100, as did Dane Hill Country. Navy beat Captain Tessito Star, and I'm on a high was absolute. Number 7 has won the last of the day. Flash Phantom, ridden by Michael Rodd. What a day for Michael. Michael Rodd has taken out the last of the afternoon. He won on Regimental Gal in race number 6. A young man with a huge future. Well, what he's achieved so far is well documented, but a kid that is an absolute gentleman and has just got so much going for him in every aspect. So, the winner of the last is number, or will be when the judges put the numbers up, 7 Flash Phantom, trained by Joe Pride. He's an 8-year-old Flash Phantom, having start 28, so he's overly raced by Appleby Fair. And that was his, 6th win, and he's had 6 seconds and a third, so he's been a very, very good horse for his connections. Here come the numbers. 7 first, number 2 is second, and that is Barbara by Woodborough, trained by John O'Shea, ridden by Darren Beedman. Number 4 has run third, and that is After Class by Masterclass, Graham Rogers and Jim Cassidy. And for the pick 4, it was number 5 in 4th berth, and that was Casino Night doing his best work. When
it is up with double